Hey everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu. Hope you're doing well. You know, one of the things that I know black belts, they tend to have a characteristic of is that they tend to be people who take responsibility for whatever happens in life. Or at least we really try to. And since we're trying, we do tend to do it. Well, here's the thing that came up on my Facebook feed. A couple of people who are jiu-jitsu folks, both of them are. One is a brown belt, the other is, I don't know, blue or purple belt, I'm not sure. One is a teacher, I'm not sure about the other. The brown belt is a teacher. And they were together when I met them, and this was several years ago, and now they're not. And they've broken up and have moved on. Well, one of the things that happens, I guess, if you have a living arrangement where you live with each other, and I guess you're thinking long term, so it's almost like a marriage, but let's just kind of try this thing out. What happened was there was a breakup, but since they were living together and they had, I guess, some things tied up together, maybe financially, I don't know. One of them wasn't prepared to financially separate and move out. Right, and so there's a child involved. You know, one of them had a child from a previous relationship. Although I don't know how much of a child person is anymore, but you know, probably an older child now. But they make an agreement, right? So one of them funds everything, pays for the apartment, pays for all kind of stuff in life to help the other one out. The other one doesn't make as much money. The one who doesn't make as much money is the one with the child. Anyway, they break up. I guess they've realized they're seeing other people, or decided they're going to be seeing other people. But they make an agreement that we're not going to have our new significant others in the place that they're residing in until I can find a place to live. You know, the one who cannot afford to live there. Until, you know, let me kind of save some money so I can find another place to live. And you know, this time, you know, might have been months. I'm not sure. Well, it turns out the person who owns the place decided to bring somebody in, right? After all, it's their house, they pay the bills, why not, right? And the other one, the ex, who still lives there with their child, kind of takes offense to it, right? You know, why are you doing that? You broke your promise, all this kind of stuff, and takes it personally, and is angry by it and feels victimized by it, and just is, and decides to put that person pretty much on blast on social media. And I just think to myself, man, you know, that is not a black belt. I mean, a black belt will basically say, you know, is what it is. I'm just gonna have to deal with it and just move on, right? But here's the thing: if you decide you want to pursue jiu-jitsu and you want to be good at it, you're gonna need to take responsibility for all decisions that you make. And you're never going to be, I guess you can't ever be a victim, right? You know, of course, you always could be a victim, but in this case, when it comes to life in general, you cannot be a victim, and you need to choose not to be a victim, right? I'm not as good as I want to be because of my instructor. I'm not as good as I want to be because of, you know, the studio I'm at doesn't have, you know, a lot of training time slots available. I'm not as good as I want to be because there's no place good to train nearby. Right? It's always, I'm not as good because I'm not as good because, right? And that's just living life full of excuses. Take control of your life by taking responsibility of your life or for your life. And whatever situation happens, you're going to have to learn how to deal with it, right? If you normally beat somebody on the mat and all of a sudden you can't beat that person, or because, you know, they might have done something that you feel was not right, you can't look at it as, oh well, that person is just dirty, right? So here's an example that happened in our studio once a long time ago. Somebody had gotten tapped out from a choke from seatbelt, and it was with the gi, but the person who's the victim puts his chin down, and the person takes the gi and comes right across his chin this way, all right? And then, you know, we've all had this before. You get choked over your jaw, right? And it hurts like a motherfucker, but you tap to it. And then what this person did is he tapped to it, and then he says, Well, you didn't have the choke in, right? It was on my jaw. To which the other person says, perhaps, but you tapped, didn't you? Yeah, right. You know, at the end of the day, we're all trying to make each other tap. And if you're going to put your chin down and get choked across your jaw, why is it the choker's fault? It's not. It's your fault because you put it down there. And just say, you know what? Yeah, that hurt like crazy, and next time I won't put my chin down. Well, you put your chin down because you didn't want to expose your neck, right? On the other hand, it'll be, you know, you get a guy here and you choke him and he taps to it, and he's going to tell you, well, I only choked because I didn't put my chin down to block the choke. You can never win with people like that. So people that are like that, just shrug your shoulders and say, yeah, whatever, you know. And if in life outside of jiu-jitsu you have people that are like that, oh, you promised, you know, that you wouldn't, you know, bring other people into your own house, right, until I moved out. I don't know. Doesn't seem right to me. But anyway, that's all I got for you. And I hope you all been doing well. And if you want to, please come and visit us at one of our studios. That would be KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Austin, Texas, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Dallas Fort Worth, which is in Flower Mound, and KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Irvine, which is in Laguna Hills, right? Orange County, California. And you can also come visit us on our website at KAATAROJujitsuOnline.com. Anyway, we should have a link to our to some merchandise, you know, in the notes below. So go ahead and those of you who keep sending us links or messages about getting a KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu shirt, we've got some nice ones online. They're the really high quality type that you all like. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Take care. Happy training. Bye now.